My guest today is Claire Hatton, Industry Director for Google Australia and New Zealand. Claire, welcome to In Her Shoes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about your role at Google.
Sure. So my role is Industry Director, as you said, and what my teams do is work with companies in various different industry sectors and help them understand what the online opportunities are for them, and then help them use Google's platforms and tools to be able to make the most of that opportunity.
As a leader, I've heard that you have a walk the talk approach, and that you have said you've got to take your team with you. If you don't, they won't go the extra step. Tell us what that means.
Well, I guess for me it's really about taking the example. I will give you an actual live example of that. Many years ago, I was country manager for British Airways in Indonesia, and we were in the middle of riots. And I felt very, very strongly that if I didn't stay and I didn't be the leader and actually help them understand, that I was in it with them, that they wouldn't go all the way. And actually, why would they? So for me, it's about walking the talk. If I say things, I need to do them. It's about being around when the team needs it. And for example, if there's a big pitch or something like that, then I need to be around. And really taking the team with you.
How do you encourage collaboration within the teams you lead?
Well, I guess at Google it's actually pretty easy because we employ people who really love to collaborate and are passionate about what they do. But some of the ways that I facilitate it is obviously bringing teams together. We recognise and reward sharing of best practice, which is a great thing. But there is very much a culture in Google around collaborating and making sure that if somebody needs something that you're there for them. So I have to say it's not that hard a job for me at Google.
One of the things that Google's been recognised for a number of times now is being a dream employer. That may be one of the reasons, but tell us, what is it about the organisational culture that has it be such a great place to be? I know it's not all about the games and the plasma screens.
Yeah. People actually, they say to me, I heard you get free food. That must be the reason you work there. It really is. That's obviously a fantastic thing, and we don't take it lightly. But I think that the key things at Google are, one, the people are amazing. They really are. They actually join Google because they want to make a difference and they want to change things for the better, which is exactly why I joined. So you're surrounded by great people. The other thing is that we are a culture of innovation. So we experiment a lot. We have this saying, which is experiment a lot and fail fast. And so, it means that you can be creative. You can do things that perhaps, there are barriers in other organizations to do. The other thing is that we offer a huge amount of trust and openness. I remember when I joined 4.5 years ago, I could not believe the amount of information that is available to employees. I mean, literally, our CEO actually talks us through the board presentation that he makes every quarter. That's phenomenal. And that level of trust is something really outstanding.
But there's nothing about those wonderful things that you said that should have it reserved to a huge organisation.
Absolutely not. I think every organisation can actually live by some of those principles, particularly small businesses. There's a great opportunity for small businesses to actually set their culture, in a slightly different way, and think about their employees as people that need to be empowered. And by giving openness and trust and providing the ideal to be able to collaborate is just fantastic.
Now, you've had a number of achievements in your career, both when you were at British Airways and many times since. I wanted to name a couple of those things. One was UK Person of the Year award at age 26, an Unsung Heroes award, and other awards. You currently sit on the board of Plan International, and I'll ask you about that in a second. But what do those awards mean to you? Where do they fit into your "this is my career"?
Yeah, I mean, those awards were quite weird things for me, I have to say. I was a little bit embarrassed by receiving them because for me it was about a team achievement. And I felt being singled out as an individual was not necessarily the right thing. However, you know, stepping back, it's an amazing accolade and something that you've got to be proud of. I think the key thing for me is this desire to make a difference and to change things for the better. And that really came from my upbringing. My parents are very much about making a difference. My father always taught me that if you want to change something, you can. And I think perhaps the awards are just recognition that I'm walking the talk.
And you do sit on the board for Plan International, so that kind of fits into what you just said. Is that due to wanting to make a contribution to the people that the organisation affects?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Plan International is just an amazing organisation, and it really makes a massive difference to children and their communities in developing countries, and that for me makes me, you know, that's a really important thing. And I think when I sit at a board meeting and we make decisions, they are powerful decisions. They're decisions about people's lives, you know, in some cases life and death. So that is what I really want to be able to do. You know, that's the meaning of life, I guess, for me.
And so, you know, quite often we ask the women who come to the show, you know, what are a couple of things that have held true for you as far as your strategies for success? So giving back is obviously one of them for you. Is there anything else you'd like to leave us with?
Yeah, I think surrounding yourself with great people. You know, you get energy from people, whether that's building a great team around you at work, whether that's having people that, as friends who give you great energy, or mentors. I think mentors are very important things in your life. The other thing that I think is very important, and sometimes, you know, we forget this when we're in our sort of hamster wheel, I call it, of life, and that is perspective. And stepping back and being able to take a step back and look at the bigger picture is a very healthy thing to do. Whether you're looking at the big picture from, you know, the balcony, or whether you're looking at it from your customer's perspective, or just, you know, whether you just need to take a break and get out of those details. That's incredibly important.
Claire, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.